Hi, this is Brad with Weight Loss Walkthrough, where I'm sharing my weight loss journey to help you with yours. This week, I just wanted to talk about getting started, kind of share some of the details from my own adventure when I started, and what didn't work. First thing I would say is if you're waiting for the perfect time to start losing weight, you're always going to be waiting. There's never going to be a perfect time to get started. And trust me, I waited around trying to find it. But ultimately, the best time to get started is going to be right now, today. Or if you're watching this late at night, okay, you can start tomorrow, but getting started sooner than later is ultimately going to benefit you in the long run, because ultimately the sooner you start, the sooner you finish. And when you start, if you're like where I was, where you've not worked out in a while, it's important to not overexert yourself or try to reach too far too fast. I know a lot of times we want to go for the gusto, try to hit the home run right at the beginning, but ultimately trying to push too hard can backfire. For me, for instance, with my steps and walking, where I was when I started this channel, almost 400 pounds, if I was walking around more than 5-10 minutes, my lower back would start to hurt. So I had to build myself up. I started with 5,000 steps in a day, then went to 6,000 the next week, 7,000, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to where I am now, doing 15,000 plus steps a day, or like I did one day last week and did this Sunday, doing 30,000 steps in a day. So even if you do have to start small, it's possible to get yourself built up to where you are doing more and more. You just don't want to overreach right at the beginning, because ultimately that could do more harm than good for you as far as getting the journey started and making sure that you're having long, sustainable progress. The same thing goes with weightlifting as well. If you try to do too much too soon, you're going to really regret it the next day. Could wake up extremely sore. Trust me, I've done it, been there. It's not the funnest feeling. It takes a few days to go get out of your system, and it could possibly keep you from getting back into the gym just because you physically just don't feel like you can do it. What I did starting with weights is trying a lot of different exercises just to see what my strength was and what kind of weights I can move. And then from that point forward, building the routine around my level of strength and what I can do. And I'll go into routines and such on another video. But again, like with the cardio, with the weights, you don't want to overreach at the beginning, because ultimately it could wind up stunting your progress right from the get-go if you put yourself in a position where you're so sore you can't continue to work out, or heaven forbid, you actually get hurt. And along with the exercise also comes the diet. And I know it's unrealistic, especially if you've got a lot of food in the house, to just take all the junk and throw it out. But as you're going through it, start replacing the bad food with good food. Try to find ways to cook things that you like in a different way, in a healthier way. And I will share some of the recipes I've used in future videos as well. And realize that, it's not going to be something that most people are going to be able to just change overnight. There might be some people out there that can just do it like that and change their eating habits. That was not the case with me. I still sometimes have bad days. Most of the time I'm pretty good, but every now and then I do slip up, and that's going to be most of us. When you get to this point, you're used to eating certain things, your craving certain things, and it's just really hard to stop that all at once and switch over to healthier alternatives. You got to just make a concerted effort to try to keep doing it more and more, and as you are doing it, it will get easier and easier over time, and you will start craving all the food that you were eating less and less. Most importantly though, once you've got started, realize none of us are perfect. I'm not perfect, you're not perfect. You are going to screw up, you're going to make mistakes. Don't let those mistakes derail you. Whenever you make a mistake, just own it, and take ownership of the mistake, get back up, and try to do better the next time. I've made plenty of mistakes on this journey. I've talked about them on previous videos. But the one thing those mistakes have not done is stop me. I've made the mistakes, I've gotten up, I've continued the journey, and I'm pushing now down 70 pounds since I've started this channel. So the mistakes that's how we learn as humans. We make mistakes and we try to use what we learn from those mistakes to do better the next time. So when you do make that mistake, when it happens, don't be too hard on yourself. Just learn from it, get back up, and then learn from what you did to make sure you don't make that mistake in the future. You'll probably make a different one, but try to learn from that mistake so that way you don't make it going forward. Well, that will do it for this week. Next week's video, I'm going to start going into the tools I use. I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about the Renpho scale I have and why I decided to go with that one. So look forward to that, and also don't forget to tune in to see the results video Sunday night, Monday morning for week 22. Hopefully I can get down to 70 pounds, or hopefully I can get to 70 pounds, if not, at least pretty damn close. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you then.